Greetings, humans. I'm Kevin, and welcome back to the Windmill Flow Process. Meshuggah. New Millenium Cyanide Christ. Old, decade, fruit smoothie Satan. Okay, so the reason we're reacting to Old Decade Fruit Smoothie Satan is K. Sherwood Ops, also known as Kevin Sherwood, which I introduced as the Zombie Whisperer and Black Ops Master, I think, when I had the glorious opportunity of interviewing him. If you don't know who he is the composer for the Easter egg songs in the Call of Duty games. And he's a very lovely chap. And he claims that this is just about the origin of djent. I reckon he's right. Therefore, I am very much curious to see what it's like. Right, so Meshuggah, we've heard mostly the later stuff. Not even a lot of those, like from the new album we just heard the single we reacted to, and we know Bleed, and we know Demiurge, and that's pretty much it. So we're not very educated. So, yeah, I'm really curious to see what old Meshuggah sounds like. Anyway, now. Right! I love it! This is djent thrash. Yes! It's like if Ride the Lightning era Metallica tried to write djent. And actually his vocals sound like James Hetfield trying to do Scream. You're close, but I think Kevin's comparison was much closer. It's basically djent Pantera. Odd meter Pantera. I think the vocals are more Pantera. I think the guitar tone is more Pantera. And what's really cool is it's not just the guitars and riffs that are odd meter, it's the vocals too, and it's not the same odd meter as the guitars, but it's still coherent. Yes. So that's really cool. So you have a steady groundwork of kick snare, and then everything else is odd. Yes. And that's actually why you can headbang to it quite easily, as long as you focus on one thing, the drums. And I have one more thing to say about the drums. Yes. All the people are doing their air instruments around there. Yes, and it's great. But the drums are superior. Because it's still air drumming, but with real sticks. You know what I think is so cool about the air instrument stuff? Well, they're moving so authentically that if you were to see like a 2-3 second snapshot of one of them headbanging, or specifically the drums, you wouldn't notice that the instrument isn't there. Yes! And that's because they actually know how to play the bloody thing. Yes. Unlike me air drumming on my bike like a dumbass while I'm heading towards a tree. Yes. I usually put my hands on the thingy before I hit the tree. Usually. I also want to say it's pretty clear that this is filmed on a tour bus. Because the drummer is in a bunk bed, I think. Yes. And everything's very pixelated. Yes. So, obviously, high quality footage. Yes. Yes. My point exactly! That was so much fun. Dude, that was so awesome. I loved it. It was a good song. It was a very good song. I felt like it did better than the other Meshuggah songs I know in going around the Meshuggah pitfall, which is that it tends to be too repetitive and flat. This was repetitive, but it wasn't flat. It was super engaging. Yeah. And they had a really good way of variating the constantness of the song. Because it was like constant riff number 1 in a certain pace. Constant riff number 2 in also the same pace. Although I assume that was actually the chorus. Then constant riff number 1 again. Then constant riff number 2. Then constant evil melody. Then constant breakdown, then constant epic, and then I think back to constant riff number 1 or number 2. I'm not sure. Basically, everything was constant in the same kick snare. So if you wanted to just go like him, like you saw him. If you wanted to just go like that for the whole song, you couldn't. It was exactly the same thing. But the guitars varied, the melodies came in and out and varied, the vocal patterns were diversified, so it was very fun. And it was super engaging, and I loved his Terminator-style glasses. About the Terminator-style glasses. My headphones almost fell off 3 times while listening to this song. How are their glasses still on? I'm willing to guess by now they're either duct taped to the back of his ears or tied around the back with some rope. Or they did a lot of takes. Yes, although I don't see why you take a lot of takes of that. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Yeah, aside from when he's singing. Well, growling, gurring, doing that noisy thing with his mouth. This was so good. It was really good. Are we done here? Yes. So if you enjoyed this reaction, we really appreciate the likes and shares, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells. Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back doing no very soon.